Hi everyone, welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. Thank you so much for being a viewer. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. This right here is a little bit of information about me. You'll learn more about me. This channel, the Ignition Time channel, is about the country, it's about the economy, and it is about your money. The events over the past few days have made all of us just reimagine what it's like to be an American. And to be honest with you, this has been a tough time for me personally because I've been trying to deal with the news myself, just like all of us. This is a highly unusual time. I'm hoping that we can all come together. I'm hoping that we can all be united. I can tell you that all of us have been through a range of emotions. And what I'm going to try and do in this video is I'm going to try and give you the latest news, the latest economic data, the latest unemployment data, and then I'm going to try and give you a sense of what to expect in the future. I'm also going to try and add a moment of levity to this video because I do want our viewers and subscribers to breathe easy and move forward, because I do believe that the best is yet to come. I do believe that we can only get better. We can only get stronger from this. If the events of the past few days have made you sad, I completely understand. If the events of the past few days have made you upset, I understand as well. If the events of the past few days have made you depressed, I get that as well. If this has made you angry, I completely understand. To be honest, I want more positive emotions. I do hope and I do feel confident that the future can bring a range of positive emotions because I'm hopeful that the worst is behind us. I want you to be happy. I want you to be joyful. I want you to, at the end of the day, I want you to feel successful. I want you to feel motivated. I want you to feel absolutely motivated. And my goal with the videos on this channel, my goal with the Ignition Time channel is to help you feel inspired, is to help you feel encouraged, and to help you reach your full potential. I want you to feel encouraged, I want you to feel positive, and I want you to feel absolutely ready to embrace a new future and a better future. So let's get into the news. On your screen, you'll see an article that was just published by Bloomberg, and the headline of the article reads, US jobs recovery falters as the pandemic snaps a hiring streak. What's going on right now is that business restrictions have specifically hit restaurants. I mentioned this before. For us, it's about putting food on the table. It's about keeping the lights on. It's about making rent. We need quick cash now. And individuals in travel, leisure, entertainment, and hospitality have been impacted worse than anyone else. In fact, this new round of restrictions, this new surge that we're experiencing has led to a shutdown of restaurants all over the country, which is specifically impacting restaurant workers more than other industries. Now, there is a silver lining here. Many sectors have started improving. Restaurants have been hit the worst, but other sectors have indeed started improving. So here's the bottom line. The US labor market, for the first time in 8 months, lost jobs. And the lost jobs were almost entirely attributed to restaurant workers. So non-farm payrolls decreased by 140,000. You'll see this chart on your screen from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. There's been a sharp decline in the US economy, lost 140,000 workers in December, making this the first drop since the month of April. So non-farm payrolls decreased by 140,000 from the prior month, according to a Labor Department report that was actually released today. The unemployment rate did hold steady at 6.7% and has halted a string of 7 straight drops. So basically what this means is the unemployment rate was starting to drop, and now it has stopped dropping and it stayed steady at 6.7%. The bottom line, it's not a good sign, specifically because of the impact on restaurant workers who've been impacted more than other industries. Now, there is a silver lining. There is good news. According to Bloomberg, the good news is that other parts of the labor market have held up well in December. Retail, professional, and business services did quite well. Construction and manufacturing also did quite well. So basically, the number of unemployed Americans who permanently lost a job declined to a 4-month low of 3.37 million. This means that more and more individuals are getting back to work, which is indeed an encouraging sign. Let's listen to what economists have to say. On your screen, you'll see a comment from Michael Gappin, who's a chief US economist at Barclays PLC. And Michael says, outside of consumer-facing sectors, the remainder of the economy continues to show resilience. Again, these are encouraging signs, but this again shows us that some sectors get hit the most. And this is the unfortunate reality of the pandemic. Michael goes on to say, it does show that if we can get control of the pandemic, then we can restore economic activity and labor market conditions over the course of the year. It's a pandemic driven number, a pandemic driven composition. And in another encouraging sign, and an encouraging sign from Bloomberg Economics, specifically from Carl Riccardona, Andrew Husby, and Eliza Winger, economists, here's you'll see the quote on your screen. The drop in payrolls, while worse than consensus expectations, meaning the unemployment was a cause for concern, is not as troubling upon further inspection for two reasons. First, while the labor market is stalling, the recent passage of substantial fiscal stimulus, this is the $908 billion stimulus package, which includes the $600 stimulus checks, will provide critical support to the economy over the next several months. Second, hiring weakness was concentrated into obvious categories where lockdown measures would clearly take a toll, such as restaurants, bars, and hotels. So again, the impact on specific industries essentially skewed all the numbers. Here's a chart on your screen entitled December Diffusion, again courtesy of Bloomberg. I'll provide you with a link to the Bloomberg article in the description section below. Hospitality job losses drove down private payrolls, though most industries actually saw gains. So when you take a look at this chart, you'll see the significant number of jobs lost in leisure and hospitality right at the top of this chart right here. So as you can see, it's a negative number. But on the other hand, when you look at the bottom, you look at retail trade, you look at professional and business services, you'll see there have actually been jobs gained, 120,000 in one case and 161,000 in another. So some industries are now starting to recover, whereas some industries are still struggling and will be the last to recover in this pandemic, probably into the second quarter of 2021. So clearly, specific sectors have been impacted. On your screen, you'll see a quote from Jeffrey Rosenberg, who's a senior portfolio manager at BlackRock. He said this on Bloomberg Television: the report is remarkably weak with regards to leisure and hospitality. That's really what's taking the headline number down. That is very clearly about the resurgence we are seeing and underscoring the need for more fiscal policy. And here's something interesting: the average hourly earnings actually rose 0.8% because the Labor Department indicated that there was, I quote, a disproportionate number of lower paid workers in leisure and hospitality who went off payrolls. In other words, again, the brunt of this impact, the brunt of this essential extended lockdown, if you will, is being felt by individuals in leisure and hospitality. But the silver lining is that the rest of the economy, the other sectors, let's take a look at the chart with the December diffusion on your screen one more time. Again, here's the same chart on December diffusion. You'll see how certain sectors are starting to do better, whereas certain sectors are essentially impacting the overall numbers. This is where things stand, everybody. This shows that we are getting back on track. This is a silver lining, if you will. But again, those amongst us who've been badly impacted need help. Potentially targeted stimulus specifically for individuals in leisure and hospitality, because they are the ones who've been impacted the most. That could be something that Congress looks at in the third stimulus package while they focus on the next round of stimulus checks, because Americans, our fellow Americans, we need quick cash now. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. You'll get a link to all of our resources in the description section below. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time, and thank you so much for giving me your time. If you don't know anything about me, check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. We live in unusual times. We live in uncertain times. The events of the past few days have been unbelievable, to say the least. We live in a historic moment in time, and I want to bring you into the news. I want to bring you behind the scenes of honest news. I want to bring you behind the scenes of news that is neither too conservative, neither too liberal, news that is balanced, and news that is logical. This channel, the Ignition Time channel, is about the country, it's about the economy, and it is about your money. I'll give you news that shocks you and makes you go, I'll give you news that makes you smile and say, wow, this is good. I'll bring you news when it's raining money and when we get lots of stimulus. I'll give you news that might make you want to party. In fact, guess what? I can actually break dance. I'll make you news that's going to make you want to break dance. That is, if you're a nerd like me. I can break dance. Watch this. Okay, I know. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda, and thank you so much for watching, everybody. I want you to know that I really appreciate you. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. If you want to hear from us, get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000. You'll get added to SMS alerts list moving forward. You'll get breaking news and alerts if you are on our SMS alerts list. So I really appreciate you being a viewer. I appreciate you being a subscriber. You can also get on our email list and stay in touch. Simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts, and you'll be able to stay in touch with us. You can opt out of the SMS alerts or the email alerts at any point in time. Sometimes YouTube does not always release notifications on time. So all I ask you to do is very simple. Just bookmark youtube.com/ignition time. Just bookmark the channel so you can always be in touch with us. So you can be a part of our community. You can be a part of, you can be a part of the news when it gets bizarre and when it makes you go, what? Or you can be a part of the news when you feel like dancing. Or you might want to break dance. Here's my lousy break dance one more time. That's I hope you can join our community. Speaking of community, hopefully you can follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. That's ignition_time. That's our handle on Instagram. Now, if you want, you can also follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is also ignition_time. That's ignition_time. Our Twitter community has been growing very rapidly, and you'll see me tweeting and retweeting important information that will help you make sense of this unbelievably crazy world that we live in. Once again, my name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. Please share this video with just 2 friends or family members. Share the video with just 2 friends or family members. If you learn something new, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. That would mean a lot to me. Please ignite that subscribe button because the name of our channel is Ignition Time. I want you to be in party mode. I want you to be happy. I want there to be confetti everywhere. I want us to have a normal, peaceful life, and I want us to laugh every once in a while, which is what you're going to get on this channel. Also, you'll find a link to all of our resources in the description section below. So make sure you check out our description section. And once again, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. I appreciate you all. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time.